Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching my first couple of videos. Today I'm going to be talking about a max finger strength session because our fingers are incredibly important for climbing, as Arthur knows because he's getting involved right now. Whimpering. Good boy, buddy. See you later, mate. In this video I'm going to discuss the session that I do for finger strength training and then also ideas for progression, and I'm going to bring in my nephew Kieran, who lives with me, to help out with this.
Oh.
In this session, we're going to work up to doing 5 hangs at a high intensity for 10 to 12 seconds. We definitely need to be warm for this, so we've both warmed up already, and then we're going to build up at the beginning of the session as well as part of this session-specific warm-up. That is really hard to say.
Session-specific warm-up.
For me, it's hard to say. You can do this session on any fingerboard. Obviously, I would definitely recommend having a Beastmaker. I would normally do this session on a 2000 on the bottom edge, and a half crimp position, so we talked about that in the warm-up video, so it's that first joint being at 90 degrees, and then the rest of the hand is kind of specific to the individual, what it looks like. We're gonna switch this fingerboard out for a 1000 now though. The reason why we've put a 1000 fingerboard in is because the bottom edges are really comfortable. Kieran's going to do this whole session on this edge. I usually warm up on it before going on to the edge of the 2000. But because you're going to be pulling really hard in this session, you really want to make sure you're training on an edge that is comfortable for you. For this session, there are 3 variables. The first is grip type. I've chosen to do the session in a half crimp position, and that's kind of the majority of my training is in that half crimp position because that's what I feel benefits me most. The other 2 variables are hold size and total load, so the amount of weight you're adding or taking away. To adjust the intensity of this session, you need to change either the hold size or the amount of weight, the amount of load. Using a hold that's too big, you can end up adding so much weight that it becomes unpleasant and uncomfortable, which then becomes a limiting factor. So again, we're not really working our finger strength at that point. As with all training, it's really important to find the right balance for you. We've already done our fingerboard warm-up, which you can see in the other video on my YouTube channel, but we're now going to do specific warm-up for maximum finger strength training. So we're getting ready to basically pull as hard as we possibly can on our fingers, so make sure we're ready and really, really warm. When warming up for this specific session, you want to be building up to that working weight, so the amount of weight that you'll be putting through your fingers. For some people, this will be added weight. For some people, it'll be with your feet still on the ground, taking weight off. So that weight that you're working at is really specific to the individual. So Kieran's warming up with his feet on the ground still currently, so just building up to what that working weight is going to be. And then I'm going to start adding weight. I do this session on the small edge of the Beastmaker 2000, and then each hang that I do through my warm-up for the session is 10 to 12 seconds. I aim for the 12-second mark and I add weight 5 kilos at a time, building up to my maximum weight, and then I do my 5 reps at that maximum weight, and that's the session. In the session, I will take a minimum of 2 minutes rest between each rep, up to about 5 minutes maximum. Arthur disagrees with the amount of rest. For Kieran, because he's not been climbing very long with where his finger strength's at, we can use analog scales so that he can use it for assistance to see where his maximum strength is. So simply by standing on the scales, and he can reduce the amount of assistance that he's using and then work up through the numbers or down through the numbers to get to body weight if that's where he feels comfortable, and then we'll figure out where the session will work for him, so what weight it'll be. How's it feeling?
Feeling alright.
What are you on?
25.
25 kilo assist.
It's alright, man.
Again, doing 10 to 12 second hangs throughout the warm-up, working up to that session working weight. So the form should be really good through the hand, a good 90-degree bend in that first finger, hanging nice and straight, elbows straight, shoulders engaged, so not hanging really low on your shoulders. Nice. I'm adding weight with a dipping belt and weight plates, but you can kind of use anything you've got lying around the house. I think Ned actually used to use a backpack with a load of bricks in it, but I mean this is a lot easier. So it's 5 reps with 10 to 12 seconds hanging time, and it's really important that they're good quality hangs, so good rest between. So I have 2 to 5 minutes rest, but I mean if you want a time you could just say 3 minutes rest, it's a bit easier. It's worth mentioning at this point, when you've got heavy weights on especially, making sure you pull on from a good position is really important, because otherwise you end up swinging around, which is not ideal when you're on a little edge, or a big edge. I don't know. Kieran can hang this edge with 5 kilos added, but for this session we're going just below where the max is because we want to do 5 reps at that max. So he's doing body weight for the 5 reps for 10 to 12 seconds. We've taught you well. We're both doing this session in a half grip position today, like I spoke about earlier, but you can do the session in any different grip type. I just think for me, the best grip type to train is half grip, and Kieran is just joining with my session, so he's doing the same thing. How you doing there, Kieran? Right. We got it about right? Yep. When you get the kind of session completed, so you manage to do all 5 reps, I think you want to do that session like 3-4 times, sticking at that weight before increasing the amount of load that you put through, just to really consolidate and really make sure you're feeling good at that weight. As well with fingerboard training, you can fluctuate a lot, so some days you might feel super strong and feel like you can go up, but try not to push it too hard, and also some days you might need to rein it back in and really like think about where you're at and not push it too much. Failure in a rep isn't about falling off and not being able to complete it. If you lose form, that's also failure. Training max strength is risky, and to avoid injury, you really want to be training with really, really good form, so perfect form. So any sign of discomfort or loss of form, step off and stop your session there if you need to, or seek advice. It's really important that you think about your body and look after it throughout these sessions. With being in lockdown right now, it's so tempting to do loads and loads and loads of training, but with max strength training, once a week is probably enough. When I'm training full time, I would never do this session more than twice a week. The structure of this session will work for a 1-arm hang session as well, providing you've got the shoulder stability and the strength to do that session safely. I do either a 2-handed weighted session or a 1-arm hang session, so I never do them back to back. I'll do one or the other. For the 1-arm session, I do the exact same, so I build up through taking less and less weight off until I need to add weight, and I'll hang with good form again for 5 reps at 10 to 12 seconds. So for me, I use the middle edge, which is the bigger edge than what I use for my 2-handed hangs, and then I keep good form in my half grip and work up to take in body weight. And then to add weight for this, I just take a dumbbell or a weight in my hand. My other hand, not the one I'm hanging with, obviously. Fingerboarding top tips with Shauna and Kieran. Tip 1, use chalk, but not too much chalk.
Tip 2, don't nestle in the corner of holds, because you'll only be cheating yourself.
3, keep your fingerboard clean, use a brush, make sure it looks nice, but mainly make sure the holds are clean when you're hanging on them.
4, keep good form while fingerboarding.
That's a good one, well done.
Thanks.
Tip number 5, make sure you're resting really well between your sets, because fingerboarding is all about good form and working at your maximum strength in a maximum strength session, which is what we're talking about today.
Tip number 6, in a maximum strength session, always warm up very well.
Why is he so funny to listen to? Tip number 7, I think I'm out. As if I ran out of tips before you. Always look fly while you're fingerboarding. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. It's been great to see all of your comments, and we've been reading them, and we're hoping to get some more content up soon. I know a lot of you are looking to get some ideas about fitness training on a fingerboard at home, so we've started putting that together, and we're hoping to get that up soon too. But yeah, we hope you've enjoyed this. Do let us know what you think and what else you want to see. Thanks, guys.